that's where we decided to go next. See, we've been trying different kinds of cuisine and we thought, hey, we must try our big brother's cuisine. So we decided to try out Indian food and we went to Mango Tree. That's right, Mango Tree. No, don't think of anything else, Mango Tree. So we decided to check out Mango Tree because it's been an Indian restaurant that's been around for so long. I mean, I remember going there as like a teenager. Don't ask how many years ago, okay? And so because it's been known for good Indian food and particularly North Indian cuisine, we decided to check out Mango Tree and see if they are still as good as their name, whether their mangoes are still ripe and succulent. So that's where we headed next to check out North Indian cuisine at Mango Tree. So where is the Mango Tree located? Actually, I think it's near a mango tree. Let me think. So in the heart of Colombo, there is Colombo 3, Kolpati, and there's good old Dharmapala Mawata, which is known as Turret Road. And there's a lovely place called Pittalahandiya, which is literally translates to sort of brass junction. Don't ask why, but I think once upon a time they used to sell nice brass lamps and brass works there. So that's why it's known as Brass Junction or Pittalahandiya. So at the Pittalahandiya, underneath the mango tree is this Indian restaurant called the Mango Tree. So in terms of location, it's very central. It's in the heart of Colombo. Of course, the traffic hole. So if you want to go on a traffic day, good luck. But otherwise, it's pretty central and easy to find. And I mean, you can't really lose your way there. It's on the main road itself. So just off Dharmapala Mawata, a little turn off, and there's Mango Tree under the shade of a mango tree. Maybe that's why they call it the Mango Tree. Ha ha! Anyway, inspiration. So location-wise, it's pretty central. Colombo, nice place, and not difficult to find. So good location for a restaurant and under the mango tree. So the Mango Tree has a lovely little logo actually. It has a mango tree. Okay, now calm down. It's not a boring mango tree. So it's these little leaves decorated nicely and this little tree symbol. So, and with the words Mango Tree underneath. So it's quite a nice logo if you think about it. Very symbolic and very minimalistic, no clutter, no latter-patter, no you know, when people get involved in design. So clearly the design was given a free rein and has been very creative in the sense it's simple, it's elegant, it comes across very clearly. So it works really well as a logo. So in terms of design also it's cute, like, and they put the motif all on their windows in front, it's on their menus, it's on the door. So not on the door of the restaurant, but like located around it. So it's really quite nice. So logo wise, I think it's really cute, really nice idea, simple, no complicated symbolism. So basic to the point, gets the message across. So good job. So the atmosphere of Mango Tree for me was a bit in the sense, okay, so Mango Tree, the logo is in black and orange. You walk in, the couches are purple, there is some purple motif going on the wall. It was dimly lit, but it somehow didn't give me a very warm feeling. It seemed a bit dingy to me. You know, when you go into these old hotels, you know, it has a kind of musty kind of, you know, old kind of feel to it. So I don't know, Mango Tree gave me that kind of vibe. It wasn't like, you know, cozy and warm and you feel, oh, I want to enjoy some nice Indian food here. It was more like, maybe you need to refurbish your interior a bit. So yeah, ambience wise it wasn't the greatest. In terms of the atmosphere, it's more a very matter-of-fact kind of restaurant. So it's not a cozy warm place, it's not an elegant you know, posh kind of place in that sense. Somehow it had a slight Saivara feel to it. Slight, very slight, but bit of that like mismatched decor and a bit of the dingy lights. So yeah, ambience wise I wasn't too thrilled. I think they could have done better. So the menu, okay, so we were given these little spiral bound menus, little cafe style, and my gosh, though it was quite an extensive menu. So like I said before, they are into North Indian cuisine, and of course anyone who knows anything about Indian food or you've ever been to India, you'll know, man, the food, the variety is insane. So when you say North Indian, you're talking a massive region, right? It's not just one little area or one little city. So they had so many options. They had soups, they had things called salad. I don't know where in India you get Indian salads per se, must be like Assam balls. Then they had appetizers, they had mains, they had tandoori, they had vegetarian mains, they had seafood mains. So tandoori also was split into like seafood, meat, vegetarian, egg, and then they had a whole selection of rotis and rice. And the interesting thing to note is that they don't have any dosas, because obviously dosas are more South Indian. So lots of roti options, and then they had a fair amount of desserts as well. And then, like I said, I mean, I didn't realize there was a cocktail bar there on the side. I just happened to be going to the washroom to wash my hands, and lo and behold, there's a bar and they have their own menu. So they had quite an extensive cocktail and beverage menu as well, which they failed to mention to me. So yeah, overall, choice-wise, trust me, you are not starved for choice. That's one heck of a menu. So quite an extensive range and quite interesting. So yeah, good menu. So as an appetizer I pronounce because they put a in there for appetizer. So as an appetizer, we decided to try a kurkuri bindi. Bindi, not the pottu, okay? Bindi as in okra chips. So good old bandaka, sliced very thin and tossed in a batter, which is quite, I mean, it looked like a lot of batter when it came, but in Indian spices. And I must say it was a good dish because of course the batter was a little too thick for my liking. I would have preferred if the bandaka slices were slightly thicker, and then the batter would have coated it really well. But the taste of the batter, it had lovely, you know, there's like masala-ish kind of nice Indian spices mixed in, and that flavor was really nice, and it was very crisp, fresh, and with some lime and a bit of onion rings. Oh, it was really good. Super bite, I must say. So anyone who wants to go there and have a drink, check out the kurkuri bindi. Trust me, fully worth it, and really good appetizer. And I just kept eating the thing like a like, oh, what's wrong with me? But yes, I was also a bit hungry. So anyway, not again, but trust me, a good option and a good idea. You can do this at home, man. Really good appetizer and good start to a good meal. So as a finale, grand finale, since I discovered that lovely little bar on my way to the loo, I decided to order a cocktail. And what did I decide to have? Mango Tree Creations, the Snake Bite. Yes, so the snake bite, interestingly, is with Southern Comfort and Monin peach syrup and grenadine and lemonade. It's a funny concoction, all right, a good cocktail indeed. And so when this came and was presented to my table, I was a bit disappointed in the presentation because it was just like a highball glass, you know, like a tall glass, not even a really tall one, just normal water glass kind of with a stirrer and a straw, plastic straw. Grr. Anyway, so taste wise, okay, so when I took the first sip, one expects a snake bite, man. Something to tickle your inner beings, but of course nothing got tickled. It was a bit of like a sour salt on my poor tongue. So yeah, like a bad kiss. Let's not go there. So overall, not the greatest of the cocktails. I think there was an issue with the flavor balance because I kept getting this kind of artificial, like, you know, plastic lozenge taste. You know, when you eat those cheap toffees, you get that real, like that real cheap, you know, strawberry flavor and all, and this is like grapefruit flavor gone mad. And I was like, okay, this ain't my thing. Okay, so yeah, I was disappointed with the snake bite. It failed to bite me in the right place, darling. Snake bite wasn't the kind of snaky bite I expected. So yeah, disappointed. So we decided to try one of the tandoori specialities, and it was a chicken Rosalie kebab. Rosalie sounds like a girl's name, but this was recommended by that sweet little server scuttling around. And it's actually a chicken breast stuffed with mutton and cheese and grilled on charcoal. So it sounded damn good, and I was quite excited to try it. So it came with the tandoori spices on the chicken, and inside was the mutton. And there's a little bit of cheese. I wish there was more cheese. It could be a little stingy with the cheese. But it tasted really nice. The tandoori flavors were coming out really well. But it lacked for me the moist. I like it to be more succulent. Like when the meat is just like, like nice and moist, and it just melts in your mouth and you're like, it tastes so good. But this was too dry, in my opinion. It was a really good combination because the flavors were nice. But I felt with the cheese and the mutton, there could have been far more succulent meat in there. So, good dish, but yeah, a little too dry for my liking. From the vegetarian mains, we decided to try out something a bit different because I was just curious. So, we tried out the Palak Aloo. So, aloo means potato, and we had, so palak is spinach. So, it came like this blackened spinach dish, looked like black as thunder. You're like, oh, okay, what's that? But inside submerged was the nice, little baked, cooked potato curly, small little pieces. So very, very nice. The spinach had coriander leaves also blended in, so the spinach flavor wasn't too strong. Sometimes spinach can really overpower, and in this instance, it didn't. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it's something different. The Palak Aloo for me was a nice change from your usual, gobi and, chickpea and the usual suspects of the Indian vegetarian list. So this is something different and something nice. So from the meats, we wanted to try something mutton because, Indian mutton dishes can be really good. So we asked that nice little boy again, and he said, try out the mutton masala. And I must say, it didn't disappoint at all. So it's chunks of mutton and potato in a spiced onion and tomato gravy, and the flavor was really good, and the mutton was really nice. It wasn't leathery, and sometimes it's like eating some ham pattakal and you're like, oh, my teeth, and pieces stuck in, and nothing like that. So it was a nice soft bit of mutton, soft in the sense not as tender as it could be, but it wasn't hard either. So it was nice. It flecked off very easily. And with that flavor coming in, it was really good. So I think there was coriander leaves in there. I think the Indians love their coriander. There's some fixation with dear coriander. Anyway, so that flavor also was coming in, but it was really quite nice, and I really enjoyed it. And the mutton was really nicely flavored. So it was a good option by that little boy. Good recommendation, and I would suggest you try it too. From the seafoods, we decided to try out the Punjabi fish curry. Again, recommended by that nice little waiter boy, and I must say, it was so tasty, really nice. And the thing is, see, when you do fish right, it tastes really good. So this fish was nice and soft, like it flecked off nicely, and the gravy had, I think, a mix of tomato and other spices, but the tomato didn't dominate, so it was great. It was like a lovely blend of flavors, and then with the fish, and I think again a touch of coriander leaves, it was really good. I was eating little bits of the fish just on its own. So trust me, you've got to try the Punjabi fish curry. That was really tasty, and actually my favorite of all the curries that we ordered. So really good and really flavorful. Good job on that. So in order to accompany all these lovely dishes, we decided to try out the rotis. I didn't want to try out rice in the night. What the rice in the afternoon, rice in the night? No way. And I don't have this mania for rice that Sri Lankans usually have. So we decided to try the rotis and the Indian breads, as they put it. So we selected a range just to try out different things. So one thing we tried was the missi roti, which I had never heard of before. It's made out of gram flour with herbs, and it's burnt until it's very crisp, apparently. It is yellow in color with like saffrony. I think that's a gram, obviously, and it was 2 gram for me. And a real kadala taste, and like those little dry kadala little go-to packets we used to have as children, like that. Ayyo, no, it wasn't nice at all. I think the kadala just like assaulted my senses. So no, I just took a bite and left it. So yeah, missi roti was like I think on my part. Next we decided to order along with the missi, so we ordered a selection of naan. So there's like a nice butter naan, because I'm a butter. I love butter with a lot of things, and the smell of the butter when it walked, it was lovely. And the naan is quite good. I wish it was a little bit more crispy though, but it was nice. It was a nice mix of crisp and slightly naanish, leathery kind of ness in there. And then we ordered a mutton keema naan, which was a naan stuffed with mutton. Unfortunately, okay, I've had mutton keema naan before. This was like, the mutton lacked flavor, so it was like little bits of mutton in between, and you're just eating roti with mutton suddenly appearing out of the blue. So yeah, not the greatest. I think the butter naan is far better. And then we ordered kulcha. So again, I asked the little boy, what do you recommend, boy? And he said garlic and onion kulcha would be nice. And so kulcha comes like, it's like almost like a pizza dough bread. Funny because the edges are like raised up and inside is kind of like down. And the garlic and onion one was quite good. I must say the garlic, oh, I love garlic too. Who doesn't love a good garlic, man? So the garlic with the onion was a nice combination, but the doughy end wasn't too exciting for me, a little too doughy. But nicely burnt sort of, the garlic and onion kulcha. So yeah, I ate all that. I'm full, man. I'm so full, it's not even funny. So trust me, if you want to be a greedy pig, don't be a piggy like me and go and eat too much of it. They could have done better. So having eaten like pigs, right, and we're stuffed, my stomach is just bulging, let's not go there. So anyway, having stuffed ourselves, of course we must try the dessert because yours truly loves dessert. And so I thought, okay, I always have gulab jam and that's run of the mill, so let me ask that little nice waiter boy what he recommends, because there was fruit salad and ice cream and rubbish like that. I was in between. I said, of the Indian selection, what do you recommend? And he recommended the most popular, which is the ras malai, which is basically sort of flecked cottage cheese in sweetened milk with saffron. So we got this lovely little bowl, white color dish, and the cottage cheese for me, so it was dunked into this like sweetened milk, and you could see the saffron bits and a bit of pistachio on top. For me, the cottage cheese was a little too spongy. It was like eating a sponge, you know, like the kitchen sponge. If you decide to put it in a dessert, that's how it's going to look. Price wise, so Mango Tree is not cheap. I mean, it has always been considered a bit of a high-endish kind of restaurant. And a lime juice, man. Some of our guys had a lime juice, and that was like 400 rupees a lime juice. You're thinking, really? You're putting 2 limes in there? It's going to cost you $100. So I think they kind of fleeced a bit on those things. But the curries were worth the price. So I think they make money on the naans and the rotis and on lime juice. And then they give you a good price for the meats. So I think price-wise, it's not cheap. It's not expensive either like that. It's value for money in certain items and not great value for money in others. So a so-so kind of price. So overall, Mango Tree was a nice experience. It was pleasant. I'm not overtly thrilled to have gone there. I think the ambience had a lot to do with the atmosphere of the place. But the food was good. I would say be particular about what you choose and look at the prices, because you don't want to get fleeced and naan and stuff. But it was nice. I would recommend you try it out and try out different dishes, because they have such an extensive menu and the service is good. and it's located in Colombo, very convenient in a central location. My belly is full and the calories are rolling in. Where do you think we would like to head to next? Why don't you find out and join me as I go searching for the next most delectable, delicious and calorie-filled meal out there in Colombo. Join me next as we check out the cuisines of Colombo with an honest-to-goodness review of whether it's good or bad. So, don't miss out. Join me as I go on this lovely food adventure.